Wilson Miles, Black Women TV. Hello, how's it going, Margaret?
Hey Wilson, how you doing?
Good. So you got a lot more to do here than you did in season one.
Oh
So what
yeah.
can you say can we expect from Sasha this season?
Ooh, okay. So, in season one, we meet Sasha as this fiercely independent, strong man-eater of a woman. And she's unapologetic about that and unapologetic about her sexual appetite. And that's very much where we pick up with her at the start of season two. She's returning from the book tour that you see her starting at the end of season one, and her star is continuing to rise. And in the space of that, this lover from her past comes in and threatens to cut off all of that success and all of that progress. And so she's really got to navigate throughout the season these two dueling desires, a desire to maintain this life that she's worked so hard for, and a desire to give her heart the love and space and vulnerability that it deserves, and that is less within her control. So is a lot scarier for her.
In a way, I think a lot of actors can relate to this about like, oh, I want to do this, but then you get that call back and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
comes at a great time, but at a bad time. For those who didn't watch season one, and I like to think that what all shows, season one is all about introducing characters. We don't know if it's going to last or not. And then when you get a season two, it provides a little bit of stability and it brings in a new audience because then the assumption is this show is here to stay. So for anybody who did not catch season one and they're going to get into it now, how do you relate to the role you're playing? I like to think when you read your sides or you read the script, you have to say to yourself, okay, there's a little bit of her and me.
Yes.
How so?
Absolutely. I think it's incredibly important to find a lot of compassion for your character and to find that sense of like, where does this person live in my body? Because I am that person for the 12 or 16 hours of day that I'm on set. I am Sasha Snow. So for me, what I really love about Sasha is she's got this mantra in life that she wants to do what she wants, when she wants, with whomever she wants. And she definitely gets to explore that more thoroughly in season two. We also get a deeper perspective on how she's come to have this kind of sense of moving through the world, like what has informed that. And you learn that it's really informed by her relationship with her grandmother, and also by this great love that she sacrificed, or felt she had to sacrifice, in order to pursue her career dreams. So that's really the journey that she's going to navigate. And for me, something that I really, really relate to is, I think there's this wonderful notion of Black girl magic. And I believe in Black girl magic. I think we are wonderful, capable women and beings that thrive under intensely unfavorable circumstances at times. But I think what's sometimes lost in this notion and this rally of Black girl magic is Black girl vulnerability and our humanity and our depth of feeling and depth of mess, and not being allowed to be a mess, and not even knowing how to handle it when we are a mess. So it's really fun to navigate that through Sasha, because she goes through that journey and she really becomes so unmoored and so destabilized throughout the season, and finds her way to a new sense of Black girl magic and Black girl purpose.
When you take on this role, and obviously you have more to do in season two than in season one, how have you grown as an actress as you work with different writers and different directors, and you have more to do now because you're on more pages to do?
Absolutely. And when we first got renewed, it was just so gratifying that so many people responded to the show and were excited for more, and you hope the best when you take on a project, because it's like your baby. And I'm just so thrilled that so many people loved our baby. And so it feels like a big responsibility to those fans that already know the show and to the fans that I hope we gain to really, protect the story that we began, but stretch it and expand it and give people some new things and new insights to glom onto. So that was really important to me. We do have a couple of returning directors this season, and we also have a new director for one of the episodes, and that was a wonderful opportunity to invite a new voice into the process and their perspective and their energy. And all of the women directors that we worked with are tremendous. I'm so grateful for their leadership and their support on set and their guidance on set. And Stacy is just such an incredible leader, and she's so she's so driven, she's so focused, she's so direct and clear in what she wants, but she's also such an advocate for all of the all of the people on set, but particularly the women. And I feel that she gave me a lot of permission to throw my voice in the room with how Sasha's story was built and shaped throughout the season, and that was deeply empowering and deeply important to me.
Mm-hmm. In general, obviously, this is a great role. Hopefully we can get more seasons out of it. But what goes into saying yes to any of the projects you take? Because after this is done, hopefully, you get other work and other opportunities. Mm-hmm. But what do you go look for that, you'll say yes to?
Well, I got so much out of the experience of being Sasha Snow that I never could have anticipated. Of course, I thought it would be really fun. And when I initially read the character, I was drawn to her like a moth in the flame. I'd never read someone who was this brash and unapologetic and wild and a little dangerous and have it be the Black girl in the project. It's normally like some wacky other, manic pixie dream girl type thing. So for me, it's been a wonderful surprise in terms of a type of person that I never thought I would necessarily get to inhabit. And of course, I've melded it with my own sensibilities over the course of the 2 seasons. But I would say in terms of what I would be looking for next is definitely something that just pings an entirely different set of, my skills and just in totally different world. Sasha's very glamorous, and I would say she's very much something to like aspire to, at least for me, in terms of how she represents herself and how she carries herself, that I would want to play something that's the complete antithesis of that, who's just a mess, a hot, irretrievable mess.
And just to wrap it up, obviously for those who are now going to catch up to the show, and there's a lot of programs on, whether it's beyond other streaming channels, cable, network. What's a good reason for people who have not caught on, but will now start catch up on to watch Sex Life?
We got sex, we got beautiful people, we got abs, we have insanely intense, provocative storytelling about really navigating life as someone who's pushing themselves for what they want, and really being honest about that and chasing it. And I think is very steamy. It's not like anything else you're going to catch. It definitely would never run on a Lifetime or a network situation. So I think it's a lot of fun. And it's like a crazy roller coaster ride that just launches off and doesn't quit until the very last frame.
Well said. Well, Margaret, congrats on the role. Congrats on the series. Like I said, I always think that so we can get a third one. We can come back and talk more. If you do other projects, we'll talk then.
I receive, yes.
Wherever you're at, take care, stay safe. Have a good one.
Thank you. You as well.